Hey there, friends. I had a couple interesting conversations today with clients, and the main topic of it was how do you deal with living with chronic illness when you're always feeling like garbage? You've got pain, you've got nausea, you've got insomnia, all that stuff. And it can be hard to live with for some people. It can be hard to endure. It can be hard to be patient with yourself, so on and so forth. And one of my go-to points of reference for people that are living with chronic illnesses, chronic pain, is a book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And it was based on his experience as a Holocaust survivor. He was a Jewish psychiatrist who was put in one of the concentration camps. He was starved down to skin and bones. He was abused. He was made to sleep on a slab. The worst case of human evil that's ever existed. And he endured several years in the camp, the worst kind of treatment you can imagine. And his big takeaway from that whole experience is that no matter how difficult the circumstances, you can determine what it's going to mean to you. You can find meaning in even the most god-awful pain and torturous treatment. And I share this often with people that I work with chronic conditions. I say, regardless of how bad you think things are, or how unfair life may be to you, you go read Viktor Frankl's story and the perspective he was able to find in that circumstance, and that should tell you that the main difference between his experience and yours is the meaning he assigned to it. The fact that he decided that he could have connected relationships with fellow prisoners, that he could laugh, that he could find love, camaraderie, purpose, when the worst thing in the world imaginable was happening to him. And all he was doing was exercising a capacity that every human being has. He wasn't gifted with some kind of superpower. This wasn't some kind of savant ability. This is something we do every day of our lives. Misunderstandings are because of conflicts in meaning. It meant one thing to the other person. It meant something completely different to you. And it's a matter of bringing those meanings into some kind of alignment to eliminate that misunderstanding. Well, if you have that power, we all have that power. It is going underutilized if you continue to suffer day in and day out, feeling bad, feeling sorry for yourself, cursing your maker, cursing the world, how unbalanced and unequal it is because you suffer from a chronic illness. If it is your reality, and it is, I imagine, like it is mine, what do you do with that reality? Do you think woulda, coulda, shoulda, if only? I hope they find a cure. What good does that do when you're thinking about everything that's missing, everything that's wrong, everything that could be better? Even the perfect life could become depressing if all you're doing is finding ways it's not good enough. And with chronic illness, man, there are plenty of those. Plenty of reasons to think, I wish it could be better. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. But perfect is not the goal. Being happy is the goal. Being joyous, being comfortable in your own skin, learning who you truly are, learning to find an empowered meaning in your circumstances, whether it's in a wheelchair or skydiving, whatever it is, and all points in between. So if you haven't read Man's Search for Meaning, I strongly encourage you to do so. It will give you a perspective unlike any other book. And utilize that power you have to make an empowered meaning of even the darkest days. Because if you can do that, you can be happy no matter what your body is doing to you. Do I do this perfectly? Hell no, not even close. I have times where I curse the world and say, this sucks, I wish I didn't have to deal with this. But then when I catch myself doing that, I return to the meaning that I've assigned to it. And that's a much longer conversation, but trust me, it's very empowered. So think about how you can do this for yourself. What meaning could you change in your mind in order to feel much happier, much more satisfied with your circumstances? So let's keep this conversation going in the chat. Let me know what you think about this. And feel free to add your wisdom to it. I'm sure you know a lot that I don't. and bring this to the attention of anybody you think can benefit from it. And until we talk next, this has been Brian. Remember, you're good enough no matter what. And thanks for being you.